Hello everybody, it's Krahmon again here. We're doing another deck review here of a deck that I just threw together. It's highly aggressive, which is why it's called Ronaggro, which means Rono, aggro, which Rono is red mono, so yeah, as you can see, pure red, okay. Alright, we're going to open it up here so we can show you some stiff with it. Alright. First, honestly, I actually don't even really have a sideboard built for this deck. I threw it together that quickly, and it runs actually really well. Up first, we have the Fanatical Firebrand. I've reviewed this card several times now. It's a 1-cost 1/1 haste. Tap, sacrifice it to deal 1 damage to any target. It's real simple. Up next, we have the Ghitu Lavarunner. And this is a 1-cost 1/2 human wizard. As long as there are 2 or more instant or sorcery cards in your graveyard, it gets +1/+0 and has haste. So this can be a really fun card. Next, we have 3 Shucks. 1-cost 2 damage to any target. Then we have Dire Fleet Daredevil. Oops, sorry. Oops. This is a 2-cost 2/1 human pirate, and it has first strike. And when it enters the battlefield, exile target instant or sorcery card from an opponent's graveyard. You may cast that card this turn. And you may spend mana as though it were mana of any type to cast that spell. If that card would be put into a graveyard this turn, exile it instead. Really fun card, actually. Especially if you run against another burn deck. Really fun, because I actually did just use, or I have used this against another deck that was like that. So up next, we have Lightning Strike, 2 cost, 3 damage to any target. Then we have Tormenting Voice. This is a 2 cost. As additional cost to cast it, you discard a card. Then you draw 2 cards. Then we have Viashino Pyromancer. This is a 2 cost 2/1. When it enters the battlefield, it deals 2 damage to target player or planeswalker. Very nice. Then we have Fiery Cannonade. This is a 3-cost instant. Deals 2 damage to each non-pirate creature. This is a good low-level burn spell for board wiping. We'll use it even if it hurts me. Then we have Goblin Chainwhirler, and this is a 3-cost 3/3 first strike Goblin Warrior. When it enters the battlefield, it deals 1 damage to each opponent and each creature and planeswalker they control. So, very handy card. Then we have Legion Warboss. This is a 3-cost 2/2 Goblin Soldier with Mentor. And that means whenever it attacks, you put a +1/+1 counter on target attacking creature with lesser power. That helps a lot. And then also at the beginning of combat on your turn, you create a 1/1 red goblin creature token. It gains haste, and until the end of turn, attacks as combat if able, meaning as long as it can attack, it must attack. So, yeah. Alright. Up next, we have Repeating Barrage, and this is a 3-cost sorcery, 3 damage to any target, and then raid for 5. Return Repeating Barrage from your graveyard to your hand. Activate this ability only if you attacked with a creature this turn. This is actually a really handy card. Next, we have Sarkhan Fireblood. This is 3-cost, 3 loyalty planeswalker. +1 loyalty, you may discard a card if you do draw a card. +1, add 2 mana of any combination of colors, spend it only to cast dragons, and -7, create 4/5/5 dragon creature tokens with flying. Main thing this is in here is for draw power, guys. So, but if it gets late game and you actually have built up enough, you can create your tokens and just, yeah, have fun. Up next, we have Experimental Frenzy. I use this enchantment in about every single red deck I run now. You may look at the top card of your library anytime. You may play the top card of your library. You can't play cards from your hand, and you can pay 4 to destroy Experimental Frenzy so that you can then use your hand. So I've been using this a lot. It's extremely potent. Up next, we have Etali Primal Storm, and this is a 6-cost 6/6 legendary Elder Dino. and whenever it attacks, exile the top card of each player's library. You may cast any number of non-land cards exiled this way without paying their mana costs. This is actually really potent. Right, and then we have 21 mountains. And so far on the sideboard, we have 1 Sarkhan Dragon Soul and 3 Banefire. We're gonna go ahead and add a second Sarkhan Fireblood to throw 1 over here. And as far as others, you know what, we're gonna... Oh, and the Dragon Soul is a 6-cost, 5 loyalty Planeswalker with +2, deals 1 damage to each opponent and each creature your opponent's control. -3 deals 4 damage to target player or Planeswalker, and -9, search your library for any number of dragon creature cards, put them onto the battlefield, then shuffle your library. Obviously not using it for that. The main reason I would do this would be for burning. If I swap this in, if I need more across-the-board burn. So, alright. We have 10 slots in our sideboard, so what are we wanting to throw in? Let's see. This is actually the tough part because I've already spent, yeah, we can throw 3 Instigators in there. That'll do. That'll add up. Okay, wait, we're at 8. Okay, sorry, my bad. I misspoke. Ah! Anyway. Alright, up next, what are we going to throw in? Makeshift munitions could be good. Ooh. That makeshift munitions just made me think of another combo that I'm going to have to do. Well, we'll do that another. Let's throw some Wily Goblins in the sideboard, because when it enters the battlefield, it creates treasure tokens. So that can actually help speed the deck along too. So we'll keep that there. Alright, what else do we want? I could do Gutter Snipe, but he tends to be... It seems anymore when I use him, he becomes more of a liability than an actual help. Maybe if I was running like 3 War Chiefs and focusing as a Goblin burn deck, you know, maybe. But as of right now, not a great idea for me. So, what else can we do? And I'm kind of at a loss here for what else to put in here. I could put in my Rekindling Phoenix. Yeah, we'll put 2 of those in there. Alright. That'll be kind of nice, actually. And I can put... We're going to take out that Dragon Soul, because that's just not how I plan on playing. Instead, we can throw in 3 Warcry Phoenixes in case we need recursion with our creatures if things start going south. And they can go south, trust me. The only other addition I might think about would be this Charging Tuscadon. This thing is a 5-cost 4/4 trample, and if it would deal combat damage to a player, it deals double that damage to that player instead. So this thing essentially has almost double strike, but if you could give this thing double strike, this would be a instant heater. Everybody would be after that thing, trying to get rid of it. Or losing their minds realizing that they can't. Alright, so what else can we do here? Shall we... I mean, kind of like. See, I miss my actual true Goblin decks because they were phenomenal. I very rarely lost with my Goblin decks, and that's because I would figure out the most annoying way to keep creatures on the field and keep burning you. It was like, we're talking like Krenko, Mob Boss, Siege Gang Commander, Skirk Fire Marshal. Just craziness. Fun stuff. I would use my War Chiefs as well, and a few others. Just like total nasty goblin drops everywhere, and if I'm not worrying about the format, like if I'm not trying to keep it modern, I mean, I have Goblin War Strikes, I have Brightstone Rituals, and if you don't know what those are, I'm very sorry. Brightstone Ritual is a 1-red sorcery where you add 1 red to your mana pool for every goblin you control. It's brutal. It's nice. It excels so powerfully. And then there's the Goblin War Strike. It's a 1 cost, or 1 red, I believe, sorcery as well, where it deals 1 damage to target player for every goblin you control. It's a game winner. Like, you don't even have to attack. If they can't keep your creatures off the board, you don't even have to attack. You just hit with War Strikes. And unless they counter them or somehow prevent the damage, it's game over. Love those decks. Miss them so much. I swear, I'm going to have to start doing some tabletop Magic, recording that for you guys as well, because that will be a lot of fun, because then that'll be back into like major deck build phase. And unfortunately, though, that would also require a lot of work. I have a lot of cards at my disposal, so a lot of possible decks that are just wrong and powerful and annoying. So I believe we're done with this deck. Sorry about that rambling. So we're gonna, yeah, this is a very quick damage, just swarm with damage and creatures as fast as you can, going straight for the throat. So this one is pure aggro, guys. I hope you enjoyed it. I hope it gives you some ideas. Excuse me. And anyway, thanks for hanging out, and I really do hope that you guys enjoy doing these videos, because I enjoy making these videos. They're simple yet informative. They challenge me to try to create new decks and new ideas. So in a way, they're really challenging to me. Obviously, recording them isn't as strenuous or anything, but trying to come up with the ideas can be rather frustrating for me sometimes. So I'm going to be doing some more off the wall decks here soon. Ones that should never work and probably never will, but the idea behind them is actually kind of weird and kind of cool, But we're going to be working towards that, and that my deck building will be a little easier when I start, as I continually get new cards. So hopefully we'll get some good stuff going. And anyway, thank you for hanging out, guys, and I hope you enjoyed the video. If you did, please remember to leave me a like. I really do appreciate them. And as always, I will see you in the next video. Later, guys.